Hey, it's Kim. Welcome back. We're on day 3. So you have had some practice now being observant. You have been practicing being curious, feeling what that feels like. Today, the third part of our active observation practice is to be kind. Be kind. And this is something that I've noticed can be very difficult for people in very high performance environments because we're so driven to hit our goals and reach our targets that we end up being very hard on ourselves. We hold ourselves to a really high standard and we tend to beat up on ourselves when we don't meet everything on our to-do list or when we're not where we think we should be. So kindness for this practice is going to start with the tone of voice that you take when you talk to yourself in your own mind. This is going to be really helpful and a little bit tricky, but part of being observant is noticing on the inside of yourself, what is the tone of voice that you use when you talk to yourself? Are you saying, man, why can you not get this together? Why is this email taking 45 minutes? You should have fired this off half an hour ago. What's wrong with you? Maybe that's what it sounds like on the inside of you. I want you to start to notice, what is the tone of voice? What are the words that you use when you talk to yourself about yourself? I want you to be curious. What does it sound like when I actually talk to myself? What does that voice in my head sound like? And then I want you to choose to be kind with the voice that you use on the inside of yourself. And that means talking to yourself as though you were a friend. Talking to yourself as though you were a person that you really cared about and that you really wanted to be doing well. And so that might sound something like this. It might sound like, wow, you've been chewing on this email for 45 minutes and I'm kind of surprised it's taken that long. And I'm curious to know, is there something that you need in order to move things forward? Do we need to take a break? Do we need a glass of water? Do we need to just have lunch or shift our attention for a minute? Because I know you're working really hard, right? Be kind with yourself. Play with this. Now, some of my clients, especially my attorneys and especially any of my clients who are in sort of conflict situations, they tend to be actually very uncomfortable with the idea of being kind because they feel like it's like letting them off the hook. They feel like they need this anxiety and this hard line in order to motivate them. But the truth is, you're not motivated by beating yourself up. That's not how it works. You're motivated because you feel amazing and good and powerful and excited when you're working well on things that you care about. So try this out. Just try this out just for a day, just for the rest of the day. Bring a little bit more kindness into the tone and the language that you use when you talk to yourself and see what happens. This is the third part of the active observation practice, kindness. Be kind. Okay? So try that out. You're going to see some questions in the box below to answer. And we'll come back tomorrow and we'll start to put this all together.